Hello friends, it's me, and today we're checking out Style Theory, the toxic truth behind your makeup from a Style Theorist. Together, let's go!
Let's make a bet. By the end of this episode, I'm gonna get you to throw out at least half of your makeup collection. Think I'm joking? Well, sit back, grab a trash bag, and get ready to unhaul all those poisonous products you have sitting around your house.
Style Theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the
Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory! Hi!
only channel on the internet that turns beauty into a trivia contest. Also,
What is coffee? What is FNAF? What is makeup?
the only way to get extra credit in that contest is to subscribe. Now, I know I started this
subscribe.
episode off with a big claim, so let's just start with the basics, shall we? What is makeup, and why do we wear it? And yes, I use the word we. I've worn more than my fair share of makeup, and I'm not ashamed of it. Gotta do something to cover up those dark circles under my eyes from late night scripting. And look, I'm just the latest in a huge line of history. Humans actually started using cosmetics roughly 7,000 years ago, based on historic records. In fact, makeup of some sort is present in almost every society on Earth. Whether it was an adornment to go along with cultural rituals or to enhance one's beauty, makeup was everywhere. And much like today, it wasn't just women getting in on the artistic action. That is some extremely sharp eyeliner you got there. I could use some pointers. King Tut was likely using some kind of coal, which is a lead compound to line his eyes. You heard that right, lead, as in lead poisoning. It's a little bit dangerous, and see,
So case in point, humans have been using makeups for thousands of years. Heck, cavemans use it back in the days because it helps with the what is it, the sunlight thingy? The sunlight thingy?
that begins our episode today because people have been using a lot of questionable and downright deadly ingredients on their faces over the years. Lead? Check. Arsenic? Yup. Mercury? Haha, you betcha.
Wow.
But that's ancient history, right? We are way smarter than our ancestors, right? No? Just started a style and fashion channel. I'm gonna talk about how I'm slowly poisoning myself to death. Great. You see, this is an industry expected to exceed $716 billion by 2025. 67% of all consumers use makeup products. Women reportedly spend an average of $115 a month on cosmetic items. You would think, you would hope that we'd be experts on makeup by now, but you would be so wrong. The way we treat our makeup today, we might as well be living in the Stone Age. And what's living in our makeup? Well, that might be from another planet. But don't worry, we can correct this problem, and in the process, save our makeup and our own skin. It's time
Yeah.
for me to take you to school, beauty school that is, to answer the question, what the
Beauty
heck
school.
is living in your makeup and what can you do about it? Time to study up, my friends. Question number 1 for the room. How do you store your makeup? Who here answered bathroom? Probably everyone, right? The bathroom is the obvious answer. It's convenient, it usually has the lighting, it has the sink space in front of a huge mirror. Seems perfect, said every bacteria ever. The bathroom is actually the single worst place to store your makeup. Let me break down for you how it's gonna break down your whole collection. First, there's
Literally breakdown.
the sanitary risks from the toilet flush plumes. You know, the little eruption of bacteria that happens every time you flush the toilet. The bathroom just creates the perfect breeding ground for microbial growth. But my toilet is kept far away from my counter, you say. Cool, but I'm assuming you use a sink or a shower? Whenever you use the sink or take a hot shower, you're introducing humidity and heat into the environment. You know what loves hot, moist air? Mold, yeast, and yes, many types of bacteria. A few products can be cleaned with alcohol, but that won't work on every product, and also doesn't even touch some of the other issues. It won't prevent the same hot, humid environment from starting to break down the foundation of your foundation, causing key ingredients to degrade, or even causing them to split like a bad sauce on Hell's Kitchen. See, it's not just dangerous to keep your makeup in
It's like, Gordon Ramsay is like, what are you? An idiot mascara!
the bathroom, it is economically irresponsible. And somehow I feel like hitting you in the wallet may make you sit up and pay more attention than me just telling you the health problems. So what then's the correct answer for where to store your makeup? Somewhere that's cool and dry, and away from the spray of fecal matter. Some very high-end beauty influencers opt for their beauty room just for cosmetics. Us normal people though, the closet is gonna be your best option. Personally, I get ready for the day in my recording closet. Oh wait, am I spraying a bunch of spit on this stuff from my microphone? Oh man, big fat mouth. Anyway, let's say the that you got the perfect setup. You're storing your makeup properly and keeping it in the right environment. You are good to go, right? Not so fast. How often are you washing your makeup tools? Your brushes, your sponges, whatever ungodly applicator is hot right now. Am I even allowed to show this on YouTube? Do I have to blur this? On a scale of everyday to never, how often do you clean your stuff? Be honest. No shame. That's what I thought, because it turns out a lot of people don't clean theirs either. A survey by the Huffington Post found that only 61% of women clean their brushes at least once a month, with 22% saying they have never washed a brush. When you compare that to the dermatologist's recommendation of cleaning your makeup tools at least once a week, I think it's time to start spreading a little knowledge like you're spreading that bacteria around the apples of your cheeks. A study in the UK looked at microbial contamination in different cosmetic products, and oh boy, my beautiful theorists, dirty doesn't even begin to cover it. While almost everything examined contains some type of bacteria, the biggest guilty party, the beauty blender. The study found that 93% of the ones included in the survey had never been cleaned, with 64% of those having been dropped on the floor and still not washed. And again, that is probably the floor of the bathroom. This whole time I thought I was gonna cover the 5-second rule in an episode over on food theory or something. Anyway, the TLDR here is if you're not cleaning your beauty tools, they 100% have disgusting bacteria on them, picked up from your face, your counters, and very possibly your floor.
And thus, you might have to dispose of it.
Study from the UK found traces of Staphylococcus aureus, which can cause staph infections that lead to even worse conditions like sepsis or even death, and E. coli, which is more commonly found in contaminated water and food. Definitely not something you want to be rubbing on your face or literally anywhere else. With every use, our brushes, sponges, and mascara wands are collecting dead skin cells and the natural bacteria and oils that live in our bods. And don't get me wrong, all bods are beautiful bods, but all makeup applicators are just disgusting cesspools of germs, apparently. Germs that are just gonna build up and then get spread to every product you touch with it, as well as the containers and bags where you're storing them. It also means that if your makeup is contaminated, a clean brush dipping into it becomes a dirty brush again. They have to work together as a clean or as clean as possible system. Now, I'm not saying you haven't washed your makeup tools recently, but I'm just gonna add this one to my to-do list. The other thing on your to-do list today, though, is hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. You ever wonder how much of the lipstick that you put on your lips you actually wind up eating? Well, you're just gonna have to beauty blend that subscribe button to get those answers and more.
Subscribe!
Back to the pop quiz. Score check.
Thank
How you
you.
doing so far? You got good storage? You got good cleaning? Awesome, because the hardest question is coming up next. Ready? How old is your makeup? Yep, like food, makeup has an expiration date. That was actually what set off this entire episode in the first place. Members of Team Theorist mentioned that they had had items of makeup for years. Literal years. A survey found that 87% of people knew makeup had expiration dates, but still kept and continued to use it past the date. So, it's not so much that people don't know they shouldn't be using old makeup, it's just that they decide to do it anyway. Because makeup is darn expensive and you feel guilty about wasting it. According to that survey from earlier, as well as talking to members of the team, guilt plays a massive part in this decision. Tell me if the following scenario sounds familiar. You go out for makeup, whether it's at the drugstore or somewhere like Sephora or Ulta, you drop what feels like a ton of money, and you walk out with a few tiny items that fit into the palm of one hand. You say to yourself, well, that's expensive, but it's gonna last me forever. Gosh darn it, you're probably gonna keep it until the last speck is gone. This incredibly common sentiment unfortunately goes against what science has to say about makeup. 75% of people said that they never reach the end of their makeup at all. On top of that, expired makeup comes with a lot of warnings. The basic warnings include increasing risks of acne because you're putting bacteria onto your skin. Annoying to be sure, but then again, that setting powder was $60. But then you get into the worst issues, like eyeshadow palettes and mascara giving people pink eye, or other bacterial infections when expired makeup enters your mouth, eyes, or a cut. Pretty gross, but a lot of people are still taking those risks. On top of that, instead of buckling down, using makeup as fast as possible to get rid of it, most people are lured into spending more money on makeup every month to stay trendy with the latest from the guru world. Never getting rid of the old stuff in the process because that would be wasteful. But that's
I can testify to that. My friends, my family members, those female individuals, they normally spend a lot. Actually, no. I have to slap myself for that. The male individuals as well, my friends, they also spend a lot on it and they don't dispose of it. It's like, I've known that they have been using it since pre-COVID, it's like 2019, and right now 2023, they're still using it. It's like, come on, seriously?
only half the problem when it comes to expired makeup. Makeup expiration, the degradation of the ingredients in the makeup, and the health risks that they cause are technically supposed to be overseen by the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, as it states on their website, quote, responsible for protecting the public health by ensuring the safety of our nation's food supply, cosmetics, and products that emit radiation. But in practice, their oversight doesn't extend very far. For instance, in 2017, the FDA found traces of asbestos, a substance known to cause cancer, in makeup products being sold by Claire's, or however many Claire's stores still existed as of 2017. It took them until 2019 to prove the case, and even then, they couldn't actually force Claire's to recall the products because when it comes to cosmetics, the FDA doesn't have that authority. As they state, quote, there are currently no legal requirements for any cosmetic manufacturer marketing products to American consumers to test their products for safety, and the FDA can enforce safety rules after the fact. The FDA's full power is focused on things that go in your body, like actual food and drugs, and cosmetics are considered much lower on the priority list. Probably fair, but especially in the age of TikTok and the internet, makeup is more and more marketed at children, which means that there's also probably some precedent for taking a closer look at what the kids are slathering onto their faces these days. Usually to get a company to change their formulation, private watchdog groups have to make a big deal about it, which is ultimately what led to Claire's switching to a talc-free formation without asbestos in 2019. So why are we hoarding all of this makeup that we can't finish? Why are we letting it sit?
It's like, precious, my precious. What?
Rot in our homes. Why are we letting it potentially make us sick, all while adding to this ever-growing pile with more stuff that we never finish? The answer is simple, my friends. You've been told that that's the aspirational goal, my friends, by none other than your favorite creators and influencers, my very own brethren on this very platform for the better part of the last decade. But they're just the latest in a long line of this tradition. Since the early days of paper magazines, we've been shown beautiful glossy images of models with perfect skin because of X product, or Y miracle foundation, or Z lotion, eye shades that perfectly match the sunset of your island vacation, glitter that reflects the twinkly lights on your Christmas tree. If you're online, you've spent the last 10 years being saturated with Get Ready With Me videos since the old days of Zoella and Michelle Phan. From the giant PR unboxings, to the hauls, to the collection tours and makeup rooms, we have been shown that excess equals success. A single makeup look requires dozens of products that come from a veritable bank vault of palettes, shades, primers, powders, and yes, more glitter. This is what influencer marketing is built on, and why it's so effective. According to the
But having said that, you must recognize that you are not them. You are not those influencers. You are just another average individual. This can really mislead a lot of individuals. It's like, wow.
The consumer's doppelganger effect theory, quote, people are inspired to comply with, i.e. mimic, the consumption choices of whom they consider to be their role models, because they believe that mimicking the role model's product preferences help them be or look more like the models. But trying to emulate success is only costing us big in terms of money and in terms of health. Those makeup rooms that you see—
Wait a moment first. I think I need to revisit that. That seems like a very good wise quote.
According to the consumer's doppelganger effect theory, quote,
Consumers doppelganger effect theory.
people are inspired to comply with, i.e. mimic, the consumption choices of whom they consider to be their role models, because they believe that mimicking the role model's product preferences help them be or look more like the models. But trying to emulate success is only costing us big in terms of money and in terms of health. Those makeup rooms that you see on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, a huge portion of the makeup along that back wall is expired. Those gurus that you see getting ready on the floor of the bathroom, that makeup is riddled with bacteria. The E. coli that's festering on those extremely expensive MAC brushes, not cute. And the only thing limited about those limited edition palettes is their shelf life. The only thing online makeup influencers need from you is to buy the palette now. I don't care about how much of it goes to waste or expires. That one's on you. Where does that leave us then? Should we be ditching the makeup altogether? Of course not. There's an amazing industry of makeup artists out there, and makeup is a fantastic form of expression for everyone on the planet. Honestly, just knowing the truth about what you're seeing can change your relationship with how much makeup you buy. In an ideal world, just buy the stuff that you're gonna use in the next 6 months. Really use it, and then get ready to replace it with a free conscience when the time runs out. Think of—
That makes a very good point. You buy something, use it for like 6 months, then after it's finished, like 0 finish, dispose of it and get a new one and repeat the entire step once again.
all that drawer space you're gonna save in the bathroom. And stay informed, whether it's by keeping an eye on how the FDA is regulating cosmetics, or not regulating cosmetics, or just reading the labels on your makeup and finding out when you might want to chuck that pink eyes.
Expiry date too many years ago!
Pink eye palette sitting on the back of your toilet. Your skin, your wallet, and your brain will thank you for being a smarter makeup consumer. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Speaking of faces, have you ever wondered if facial symmetry makes someone more attractive, or whether it's just kind of creepy? Well, we ran the numbers and have ourselves the definitive answer. Click here to watch us dissect our own faces for science.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to take a look at the meme at the back. Makeup tutorial be like 1, 2, 3. That jump, that escalated quickly, very quickly. Alright, so what is the comment section saying about this video? Oh, food tutorial actually. Oh, food tutorial and game theory. Sorry. What? So we aren't supposed to eat it? And game theory be like, we can't take you anywhere. Now that's a crossover. I'm witnessing history. I'll eat it. Huh? Bro, the theory channels are meeting up. Come on, don't do that. Come on, don't do that. Anyways, I hope you find this video quite interesting to watch. But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Once again, thank you all so much for watching my channel. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you have any share of us. Thank you so much. Kaboom! Thank you.